today. From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here come the Buccaneers, led by their new quarterback for 2020. Of course, you know the story by now. His 21st season, first in Tampa. It's Tom Brady.
Well, we've hit that bittersweet week of the NFL season, haven't we? The last week of the regular season, Week 17. Come on, Brandon. Can he win the MVP? Can he do it here in this last game?
Well, he's got to make a strong impression here in the final week. It's an interesting race. My MVP ballot is at the top of my email right now, and I'm not voting until we've seen all the games here today.
I like that. I respect a man that waits until the season is over, doesn't turn it in early. I think if he has a big game here and gets a little bit of help, maybe the other guys don't play as well, he's got a great shot.
Looking to throw on second down. Brady, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Throwing is Brady on third down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44.
It's over! It's over! Let's dominate!
Touchdown, Falcons! It's a punt return touchdown of 56 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, they were going to get excellent field position either way. They had pinned them deep, but that's even better.
So in other words, being comfortable with field position, that was going to be okay. But sometimes being greedy is the right way to go. And boy, they take it all the way back, put it in the end zone. A great way to get started for them.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Now a first down carry by Jones. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 4th down, Ryan Succop now for the Buccaneer field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off off at the 35. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Brady now on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
Come on, boy. Come on.
Well, partner, time to start thinking about dinner plans after this one. I don't want to write him off first quarter, but my goodness, the offense clicking like this and a 4-score lead.
We are programmed to not get to that stage, right? To not think that way. But you can't help it. They look like sheer perfection right now with those 4 scores this early. Let's see if they can keep it up, and let's see if there's any way possible they can be slowed down.
Yeah, right now, I don't see any signs of them being slowed down. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A fantastic return. Started in one end zone, ended in the other. All told, 105 yards. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
What are you doing, dog? What are you doing?
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. A rare pick 6 thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick 6s in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. Now the try here for the point after. Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Brady going to throw. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 29. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Jones. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Able to get there and pick it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Oh, they can't stop.
Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. And unfortunately for him, this montage, not highlights, lowlights in this one, partner.
Way too many mistakes, too many errors. Sometimes it's on the guy throwing the ball, sometimes it's on the teammates, but it all comes back to him. It goes on his ledger. So when you're playing this type of a game, you start to look for other ways to get out of it. Do you throw it to shorter passes, some check downs, maybe use your legs a little bit more, don't throw the ball downfield, all those things you're looking for, and then you got to watch the tape and figure it all out so the next time it doesn't happen again.
So far the tape, 4 interceptions. So those are the numbers for Gronk in last week's outing. 8 catches, 118 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
2 yards, good enough for a first. From midfield, here's Brady. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He's going to field this at the 4. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to let this one go deep. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, I like this call. I know they weren't successful on it, but so many times defenses load up trying to get a safety when you're in this spot. How about taking the shot downfield, hoping to use their momentum against them? They didn't get it, but I sure like what they were doing there.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Falcons add on.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They're going to try and run. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
All right. Man, do it, baby. Come on.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. On third down, Brady. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
So now the Falcons are going to line up and go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. They're targeting Godwin once more, this time complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He topped the 200-yard mark a week ago. You know they're going to have a lot of eyes and hopefully for them bodies on him here in this one.
You've got to expect defensively, forget 8 men in the box. 9, 10.
11?
Hey, listen, they're trying to sneak you and me in there to try and slow him down. But I bet his offensive line mates are going to accept that challenge. They really like blocking for a guy who can turn up that kind of yardage.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Do you tighten up? 45.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They're going to look to throw. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback. 33 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
They're going to try and run. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Falcons grab it past the 20. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Now the Falcons will bring the offense back out, and they'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. On first down, it's Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Operating from the gun, Brady. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now they try the right side here. There he goes right side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try the draw. And this time they'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Here we go! Here we go!
And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On second down now, it's Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Now Brady. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week. Now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up. But relentless, that's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying him. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now it got his man complete. 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw it with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the two-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a two-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Throwing on first down is Brady. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 10. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Runs through the contact. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On play action, they'll throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. 65 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Down, Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On the counter, here's Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Brady. And oh, look at the catch by Gronkowski. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Well, the Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Brady. And that's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls in.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up a lot. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Now the Atlanta Falcons are in for the touchdown. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try the draw. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Brady now on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. And now look at him go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. But now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
To throw on 3rd down. Brady. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Falcons add on. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They'll run on first down. Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Brady over the middle here to Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On play action, it's Brady. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 41 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. On 1st and 10. Brady, his throw incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But it'll be 2nd down. To throw again. Brady, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Brady. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And he can't hang on. He dropped it. He's had a great afternoon, but couldn't catch that one. It brings up 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Throwing on first down. Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Pretty move. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the 2nd quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. from 10 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, Charles, you said it after the fourth down stop. That's almost guaranteed points the other way, and that comes to fruition with a touchdown.
Well, the unnecessary risk did come back to haunt them, didn't it? End up getting those points that I predicted that they were going to give up, because it's guaranteed points if you don't make that play.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy. Let him go to work.
That almost felt like Sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the Sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. On first down, Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons continue to pour it on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Brady. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Remember, on their last drive, they had that pass play for a touchdown, and here they come out firing again. This play's not quite as good in the end result, but still good enough for a quick first down.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully. Less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket, and when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. and it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. Next, we head off to check out another game. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Devin Singletary, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting Jaguars. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. The last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Looking to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Watch that end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and now it's third down. To throw, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. 85 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Well, I guess when you're hot, I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Come on, baby, we got to do our job. We got to do our job, man.
So their move is to decline that so they don't get another second down. It'll be third.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's their sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on third down.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they dropped.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Falcons add on. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Well, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This is brought in at the 21. Spinning away. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And here now come the Falcons. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together.
And this is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And this offense continues to pour it on. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Throwing on first down is Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Brady. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
So out come the Falcons now. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 56 yards, and the Falcons continue to pour it on. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that it's demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody didn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, It's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there. 68 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
They're going to try and run. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Brady throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
And that's a sight no Tampa fan wants to see, nor does Tom Brady want to feel. They've got to keep him upright so he can get damage done downfield with those terrific receivers and really good tight ends.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. On first down, Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, and it's second down. On the delay, Jones. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here, as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. Throwing on third and long. Brady. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Falcons ready to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. 88 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The Bucs ready to take over once again. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 57 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you... And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there, with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Falcons add on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Here we go.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady now on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady, a pass underneath for Fournette. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
They certainly got his leg loose by now. Kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 92 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got him in position.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. So nothing fancy there. That was just a fullback dive. Defensively, they were ready for it.
They were, and I think that surprised the guys on offense because handing it to the fullback, well, you don't do that very often, so that's a tendency breaker. And I think they just wanted to say, let's just go straight ahead. As you said, nothing fancy. Everyone move someone out of the way and let the big guy work. Didn't get it done, though.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find...
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And they'll run with a late signee in Bucs camp. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Shotgun now for Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. The Falcons offense set to go. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Steps away to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. Doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Let's go! Let's go! He's a little bit with me, baby.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense. And
that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run it here. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to...
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And a little quarterback draw option works to perfection for him.
Yeah, it's hard to account for the quarterback in most situations on defense, and that's why the quarterback draw is so successful. Everyone else covered, makes a little fake, runs into the end zone.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
From midfield, here's Brady.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Brady. He's got Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Brady to Evans that time. 1st down, Tampa.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but now it'll be 3rd down. Brady to throw again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to go up top and got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
That's where we are.
Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Brady, and now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Falcons grab it. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
On 1st and 10, Brady over the middle here to Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down, Brady. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Brady. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city.
That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Brady now on first down. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Operating from the gun. Brady, quick slant to Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. This is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Throwing on first down. Brady. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
On these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. From the gun, Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So now here comes the field goal unit again, and this phase of the game has been an absolute disaster so far. He's been blocked twice already. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now that's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. On first down, Brady. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Brady, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession, and they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there. 73 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point attempt to come here. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the posts. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the
my
stuff she used to
grandmother did the same.
preserve.
It smelled terrible. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. He'll throw from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Brady. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to take another shot here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Back now comes Tampa Bay, and they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. So after the INT, it's Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
We got 4. We got 4.
Another try after the first down sack. Brady.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady. And that will be incomplete as well.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And this offense is running away with this one.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Falcons grab it. The 30. 10. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
Good shot.
On 1st and 10, Brady to Evans on the slant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Here's Brady to throw. Over the middle to Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And here now come the Falcons. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's What's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Evans once again the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. To throw again, Brady, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Falcons grab it. 30, 20, 10.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So out come the Falcons now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job.
No pain, no gain.
On 1st down, Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He's been quiet today in the pack. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team, sending this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have that feeling that has to be the best. You just go out in complete control of this game here for hopefully one final possession.
And it's a culmination of preparation that began with something along the lines from the head coach of, we're going to win this weekend, and here's how we're going to get it done. And covered all the details that went into it. They practiced them. They went over them. They tweaked the game plan as the week went on.
It's caught inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
An unsuccessful attempt at the 2-point conversion. And it was a triple option play. And they chose option 1, handing it to the fullback. And that's not normal.
And sometimes you just miss your read key, right?
Yeah, I think so. And sometimes they actually call that, thinking that maybe everyone will bypass the fullback going out to the tailback or the quarterback. But in this case, they overwhelmed him and stopped him.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Brady. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.